Howdy, folks. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn. And today, for you folks, I have my 2024 Christmas special. I've been doing these Christmas specials for the last few years and figured I'd do something a bit different this year. I've pretty much been sitting around here since Halloween waiting for the great beast known as Mariah Carey to go back onto ice. And today's finally the day that she'll go back on ice. Thank God for small favors. And I've been kind of sitting here trying to ignore this woman and just kind of sitting around thinking to myself, what am I going to do for a 2024 Christmas special? And I thought to myself, what about a Dungeons and Dragons Christmas special this year, folks? I've been doing these things for the last couple of years, and it's time to do something a little bit different and probably actually more in line with my channel than the previous ones. But I've been kind of trying to sit here and contemplate, what am I going to do? What can I come up with? And I really thought, well, I don't actually have to look any farther than history. And that's because there's a folklore that has this really cool creature called the Krampus. Krampus? Krampus. That's a weird name. So that's going to be the influence for today's video, is the Krampus. Now, for those who don't know, it's actually a Central Eastern Alpine folklore, basically centralized in Europe. And, well, the myth of it is in early December, believe it was around the 5th or 6th, St. Nicholas would go around and he would drop off presents, and the Krampus would come with him. And the Krampus would actually punish the bad children. So that is going to be the basis of the idea of St. Nicholas and the Krampus ass whoopings, if you will. And I thought to myself, we can put this together as kind of a mystery quest, if you will. We could actually, best way I think to start it is to start it off with some kind of rumor spreading around about maybe a duke or baron or some kind of rich merchant who's basically looking for assistance with something, looking for adventurers, if you will, or mercenaries. And of course, the players hear about the glory and riches. So when they arrive, they notice that the town that they're arriving to has maybe a bit higher than normal amount of guards, which once again, it would have to be someone rich and powerful, like a count or a duke. And they meet with said rich and power individual. And he has a deal for them. See, the count or rich and powerful figure actually has a child who's actually been bad and is more than likely going to get punished by the Krampus. So, basically the deal for the players is to track down, find out where the Krampus lives, and deal with the creature by any means necessary. So that's the quest for you folks. Basically, that's the mystery, if you will, is find out where the Krampus lives and deal with it. And that's kind of where we start, where the players, after searching for so long, maybe finding clues that you plant throughout the area, the wilderness, or maybe through rumors that they hear, maybe myths about where this creature could be coming from every year, or maybe there's some kind of old man who actually knows where the creature's coming from and tells the players about it. They find the lair. Now, in the process of this, I would find maybe, or plant, if you will, some kind of stone tablet or something that may actually explain the Krampus. That maybe the Krampus is gains some kind of power or something, you will, or he feeds on the despair of these punished children, kind of feeding on the tears and the fear of the weak, if you will. Maybe it's some kind of curse that someone from the village actually suffers every year, where they try to escape the town and they turn into the Krampus. And that's what they do. They go around and they punish all these bad children. So that's what basically you kind of input the tablet for, kind of give that magical nature, if you will, to the Krampus. And essentially, when the players find the Krampus, they find a weakened Krampus, maybe almost starving, if you will, because this is something that only happens once a year, and this is the eve of the creature going to do his thing, and essentially that's to feed on the despair of these children, the despair and sadness, if you will. Now, for me personally, I would use probably like some type of half fiend, if you will. I think a half fiend would work perfectly. And there's a couple different half fiends you could probably go with. I would avoid anything like a demon. Demons can get a little powerful, although so can some of the half fiends. And when they find the weekend Krampus, they're either going to be in for one heck of a fight because the Krampus will do anything that it can to survive, or maybe the players won't actually fight the Krampus at all, but instead try to figure out how to remove the curse from said individual that is suffering from this curse. But anyway, folks, that's just a little bit of an adventure idea you can do this holiday season with your party. Have a bit of fun with it, and kind of a Christmas spirit type thing, if you will, or some type of Christmas adventure, if you will, that you actually have essentially based off actual real world history. But anyway, folks, hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and hopefully you're all having a Merry Christmas. I'm going to wrap this video up at that so you guys can get back to your families and your friends. Hopefully you all have a Merry Christmas.